one of your friends.
Yeah, but you could be the 11th.
Okay, well, first and foremost, welcome to the New Hits 97.3. Your girl Kimmy B vibing out with the one and only Craig David. Now, Craig, where did you come from? Are you fresh off a flight?
I came back to Miami like 2 nights ago. So I live here, so I've been here for like 5 years now. So I was going backwards and forwards to the UK.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm hit the ground running. I've kind of adjusted, and now I'm all tip-top condition.
Okay, so what you can clearly feel in all of your music, which, let's be real, you've been giving us for quite some time. I mean, you're going on 20 years in the business.
It's been amazing.
That's freaking epic.
I know, the journey has been like... The craziest thing, though, is now I feel like the 17-year-old kid who was doing it the first time round. It doesn't feel like 20 years. I have the wisdom and experience, but this time round, especially being back here in Miami, it's like... The last couple of years has been really transitional because I've seen young kids saying, have you heard of this new guy called Craig David who just released this song? And I'm like, whoa, new guy. And I love that.
Hello.
And the mum and dads are like hearing this from their kids, and then they're saying, have you heard of him? And they're like, heard of Craig David? And then they're pulling out Born to Do It and 7 Days records. And it's just lovely seeing 2 generations seeing the same artist and having their own story, and it's relevant to both.
Well, it must feel like a rebirth a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
you get to
much.
kind of... Now, is there anything that you feel like you missed out on in the early part of your career that now you want to, like, capitalize on going forward?
I think that the one thing that there's a song called Live in the Moment, which is on the new album, The Time Is Now.
Yep.
And it's produced by Kate Trinada, and it has a feature by Goldlink. And Goldlink's having his big moment with Crew, and I've been following him for a long time. So I was like, me and him have done like 5 or 6 songs together, but like in the studio literally over Christmas and New Year. But this one song in particular is about enjoying the moment. And my whole album called Time Is Now is that it's about appreciating what's going on now. And I think at the time I was 17 and it was so fast, and you're surfing the wave, and you come out of the projects, and next thing you're playing arenas and you're traveling the world and you're selling millions of records and you're just surfing it, and it's amazing. But this time round it's like I can enjoy those things but be present. Like, I'm here, I'm back in this radio station, right? I mean, like, wow, like, enjoy this moment, and then tomorrow we'll take that day as it comes. So I'm very grounded right now.
Well, and I want to talk to you about that because I was listening and I was watching the video for I Know You, with Bastille, and the video has a house party vibe. I mean, was that what we were going for with the whole TS5 thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it was.
It kind of makes sense, right? Well, if that was what you were going for, you definitely achieved it.
Thank you.
But the vibe is dope. Like, we were sitting in here listening to it, and it is so relevant, excuse you, PC, right now. Talk about how that collaboration kind of came to be, because Bastille is another massive name in music. And what else we can expect from the new album, Times Now.
So I met Dan from Bastille on a radio show in the UK. He wanted me to, we were both sharing mutual respect for each other's work, and he was like, I want you to come on one of my mixtapes, because Bastille do a lot of mixtapes along the way. I was like, yeah, cool, let's do that. And then next thing you know, that didn't seem to happen, but I did get asked if I'd like to perform at their Apple Music Festival. So it was going to be sold out, all the Bastille fans there to come and perform a song called Fake It from their album, and to do a song called 16, which is really is a mashup of Fill Me In and the Justin Bieber, Skrillex, Diplo, Where Are You Now? Okay. That song in particular had gone viral when I did that. I went to and I did a freestyle of Fill Me In over Where Are You Now? And literally I had Scooter Braun, Justin Bieber, Diplo, Skrillex, Benny Blanco, all saying, fast forward to 45 minutes in when he does that freestyle over Where Are You Now? And people going nuts for it. I then cut the record, called it 16. So I was then performing the song, and I'm watching Dan singing 16 to his crowd, and I later found out that his go-to song was Fill Me In. So when he was a kid growing up, he was singing, I was checking this girl next door when her parents went out, and now he's singing it to his fans in front of his crowd. And then fast forward, I'm in the studio, and I'll get on the phone to Dan, and I said, Dan, are you gonna? I've got a song. I think the bare bones of it feel like it would be great with you on it. I said, where are you? He goes, oh, I'm in South London. I goes, oh, I'm in South London. He goes, where are you? I goes, I'm in Fulham in South London. He goes, I'm in Fulham in South London. I goes, are you in the studio and I can't see you? Because next thing, he was 5 minutes down the road. So he came.
Stars just lined up.
Just lined up. He came in. We finished the song. We looked at each other and said, are you getting the same feeling that I'm getting? Because the whole song is about inclusion. It's about you're with your friends, you're with your mates. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It could have been 1 minute to 12 on New Year's Eve, and it was like, we can't get in the club, but as long as you're with your mates, you have the best night, and you have more memories with that. That's what the sentiment is. But chorus hits that sweet spot where you're like, yes, you gave me the chorus, but then you get the drop of like, you think it's going to be hands in the air like you're hearing on a lot of radio at the moment, and then you hear this, ooh, okay, it's one of them ones. And he looked at me like, yes, it's one of them ones. So I'm so thankful that it's doing well. It's number 2 in the iTunes right now and in the UK, and it's just like, so it's happening, it's connecting.
Well, we definitely loved it, and I can't wait to put this video up on our website, because I love watching music people talk about music, like when they're in the studio, because so few people get to experience what that's like, and the expression on your face when you're talking about the beat dropping and the whoa, it's so magical to watch people who are so passionate about what they do. But as you're talking about inclusion, and it brings me back to that whole TS5 moment, which is exactly why you're in South Florida right now. And I do want to rewind, because I kind of called you out as soon as you walked into the Hits 97.3 studio for having never invited me personally to one of your original TS5 house parties, because they started here in the 305 in your penthouse, like you and just a small little group of your mates.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, firstly, you are invited. I was sending out the invites, but I don't know if it was the wrong address they gave
Thank
me.
you. That must have
then
been
you moved up, you moved there, and then you got the penthouse
that was
there,
it? Okay.
and then you moved
All
back,
right.
and so I couldn't
Clearly
find
a
you.
miscommunication.
So I had to come on foot from South Beach, on foot, not even in the car. I ran here to come personally and say to you, you are always welcome to any of the TS5
You're forgiven.
shows.
He's forgiving,
Right,
guys.
boom.
He's
Just
forgiven.
go on record.
Okay.
It started off as like 10 friends around my home. Throw a little like pre-gamer, couple shots of tequila before we went out. Everyone's feeling nice.
Where were you going?
At these times, so we would have either been hitting up Live, or we might have been passing by Wall at this time. Story hadn't really dropped at this point, so we were still.
So basically, what I'm saying is he clearly gets Miami credit.
Yeah,
you know what you're talking about.
I know the vibe, yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I was here from the days before when it was Privé and what's the one?
I'm not gonna act like I know what you're talking about.
You don't know about? Oh, yeah, okay, you know, okay. And Opium Gardens and all that kind of stuff, but that's another lifetime. But we're here, we're back. Throwing this house party. On my playlist, I had some good Biggie playing, some like Juicy, a little Big Papa. Got a little DJ controller, and then that turned to me getting in a mic. And then I started hosting a little party, and then my friends started inviting a few of their friends, which was cool. Then this built into like 100 people in my home with security on the door and a guest list, and it became the go-to party, and people didn't really want to leave because my whole thing was is inclusion. Fast forward to then me bringing that over to the UK to test it, to see if it would work outside of being in my home. 250 capacity, sold out in like 10 seconds. The next thing you know, we're doing 1,000 capacity, then 3,000. Now we're at 5,000. Now we're doing an album dropped, and I was doing 17-day arena tour.
And then you're at Glastonbury.
And then we're at Glastonbury in front of 100,000 people doing a TS5 show. So I've seen it develop. I've seen it go. But the fact it's from Miami, this is why it's exciting for me, because I look at Miami Airlines Arena from my home and I'm like, you know what? I am coming for you. We've done 17 dates of this in the UK. And if someone had told me that 3 years ago, I would have been like, really? So I know it can happen here. It's just, you come with the music. You don't come here with the attitude of it's all blowing up over there and you can make it happen like in a second. You go slowly, tortoise in the hair. Here's a new tune called I Know You with Bastille. You do your shows. And then finally, when I give you the personal invite and say, listen, I've got the laminate ready for you. Ready to come to Miami Airlines Arena. We've got 3 days sold out here. Trust me, I can feel it. You know what I mean? So it's all down to the music.
Well, remember, you heard it here first. He feels it is coming. I mean, I'm picturing maybe some Ultra in the future, because, you know, that's our Glastonbury.
And to see it work overseas, but to come back to Miami where I have a home here and be able to be here today, I'm just super hyped. Like I said, it's all about being able to relinquish the story and just the 17, 16-year-old kid, how can you be relevant to them? And I know that that's a case of I'm a new artist and I'm on the hustle again. I could sit here and tell you everywhere 30 million albums. No one cares, bro. Take that home for you. Leave that at home. You're brand new. So I've got to come with that brand new get up like I did the first time around, and I'm up for it.
And that's what you're doing with The Time Is Now.
Yes.
Which is coming out this year.
Time Is Now drops January 26th.
All right.
It's got some wicked, the collaborators on there, like I said, the K-Tronada Gold Link track called Live in the Moment, which actually drops on instant grab, tomorrow. So that's, if you've got the album, it drops into your inbox like a little sweet gift for 2018.
Got you. If you pre-ordered, then
it's already there, but it'll be on Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
But to be honest, in terms of music, it's R&B. It's just straight up R&B album. with all the feels that my first album gave me, but I'm working with all these young up-and-coming producers who maybe when I went into the studio the first time were like, oh yeah, my older brother, sister used to play your tunes, and yeah, it was wicked back in the day. And I'd be like, okay, put the mic on, let me go in the booth. I do my bit, wait for the talkback button to be pressed, and as soon as I heard that, ooh, Craig David, you still got it, bro, I knew that all of a sudden I'd gone from that, what my older brother or sister to you're relevant to me now.
You're my guy now.
And that's what I know is just slowly but surely I can come here and do. So I'm hyped.
Well, Craig, you're making me excited for it. Again, the time is now dropping. You said
January
in full
26th.
January 26th?
Yeah.
Fantastic. But we're going to get new music, I'm assuming, leading up to that.
We've got I Know You Now with Bastille.
Yep.
We've got Live in the Moment, produced by K-Tronado with Gold Link on that record, which drops like literally right now. It's on Instagram.
Besides that, though, you did promise us that you'd be bringing TS5 at some point in time to the AAA. So I'm going to hold you to that.
100%.
Miami's going to hold you to that. Again, guys, make sure you're requesting I Know You. It is fire. It's Craig David with Bastille, the new album. The time is now, about to be out, the end of this month. Craig, you are welcome here anytime. We love you.
Thank you so much. Your energy is amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So is yours. And I do have to ask you before you go. Who are the artists, the current artists right now, aside from yourself, that you're rocking with? Like, you mentioned Bodak Yellow, so like...
So Cardi B's doing the thing. I'm just happy seeing her, like, dominating the Hot 100. I think that's just fantastic. And what she represents is just like, go, girl. Like, just own it. Yeah, let them know. Let them know. My boy Goldlink. Do you know what I mean? I've been following him for years and seeing him have such a big record with Crew, and then now seeing people getting to know who he is. K-Tronado as well along the way. It's that you're seeing. I mean, I love the Kendrick Lamars, you know what I mean, and the Travis Scotts and all these guys that are doing. But I think for R&B, like Khalid, and you're seeing these guys coming through, and you're thinking the new wave is going to be this year. It's going to be.
We've been saying that here. Like 2018 is about to be sick when it comes to music. Like it's about to be bananas. So again, Craig David, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
Next time I'm in the UK, I will be sure reaching out for the contacts because
listen, I've got you.
London is popping right now too.
Yeah.
Like
I've got you. Trust me. You don't have to think twice.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that Miami connection. And social media, website, where can people keep up with you?
At Craig David for my Twitter. Same Craig David for my Instagram.
So you got it across the board.
It's just Craig David on all these. Just got you locked.
See, now that's the grown man in you, though.
Do you know what I mean?
Not trying to be fancy, keeping it simple. At Craig David.
Yeah, when we have to throw the official on the front and the back and the forth, we just do it. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
I love it. Thank you so much, Craig David. Everybody, it's the new hits 97.3, Miami's new #1 for all the hits.